You touch an old termite mound in a field, just curious, and your hand feels warm. Not sun warm, alive warm, like something inside is breathing. No termite designed that. No single insect had a plan. So who built the air conditioning? Most people assume there is a termite in charge somewhere inside, some kind of foreman directing construction. It feels obvious because every building you have ever seen was built from a plan someone had in their head first. But there is no plan here. There is no head in charge. The mound in front of you was built the same way an ant colony solves problems and the same way a beehive decides where to live, and once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. Daniel Kronauer at Rockefeller University has spent years studying exactly how ants make coordinated decisions with no leader. And in 2023, his lab published findings in the journal Cell showing how simple pheromone trails, chemical signals other ants can smell and instantly react to, let a colony compute the shortest path to food without any single ant knowing the whole route. One ant lays a trace. Others follow the strongest trace. Weak paths fade. Within hours, thousands of individuals are moving as one, having solved a routing problem with zero planning and zero leadership. Now watch the same principle escalate, insect by insect in front of you. First, ants. When a gap opens in their path, whether a crack in the earth or a stream of water, worker ants link their own bodies together, leg to leg, until they form a living bridge for the rest of the colony to cross. No ant decides to be part of the bridge. Enough ants simply stop moving forward when they feel others gripping onto them, and a structure appears that no individual intended to build. Second, bees. Lars Chitka, who studies insect cognition at Queen Mary University of London, has documented how a swarm of bees searching for a new home sends out hundreds of scouts to inspect possible cavities. Each scout returns and performs a waggle dance, a physical pattern of movement that encodes the direction and quality of the site she found. Better sites get more enthusiastic, longer dances. Other bees are drawn to the strongest dances and go check the site themselves. Slowly, through thousands of these tiny votes with no single bee understanding the final outcome, the swarm reaches consensus and moves together to the winning location. Adrian Dyer's research, published in the Journal of Experimental Biology, even found that individual bees can learn to recognize human faces, despite a brain smaller than a sesame seed, hinting at just how much processing can happen inside something that tiny. Third, termites, the mound under your palm right now. Each worker termite is doing something almost embarrassingly simple. It picks up a ball of mud mixed with saliva, carries it to wherever the air currently smells strongest of other termites' work, and deposits it there. That is the entire instruction. No termite understands ventilation, temperature, or airflow. But when thousands of termites follow this one simple rule at once, the shifting air currents inside the growing structure guide where the next load of mud goes, and over months, this blind, leaderless process builds chimneys and tunnels that pull hot air up and out, drawing cooler air in from below, keeping the fungus gardens deep inside at a nearly constant temperature, even as the desert outside swings from freezing nights to scorching days. Here is the twist that should genuinely unsettle you. Ants, bees, and termites are not closely related. Termites are more closely related to cockroaches than to ants or bees. These three insects evolved their social structures independently, on separate branches of the evolutionary tree, millions of years apart. And yet all three arrived at the exact same underlying solution to complex problems, thousands of blind individuals following simple local rules, producing intelligence and engineering far beyond what any one of them could achieve or even comprehend. Nature discovered this trick 3 separate times because it works, not because one insect copied another. This is where it becomes personal, whether you expected it or not. Your own body runs on the same logic right now without asking your permission. Your immune system has no central commander deciding which cell attacks which threat. Billions of individual immune cells, each one blind to the bigger picture, follow simple local signals, chemical trails not so different from the ones on that ant trail, and somehow, the whole system fights off infections your conscious mind never even notices. Your own thoughts work this way too. No single neuron in your brain understands language, memory, or the sentence you are reading right now. Roughly 86 billion of them, each almost mindless on its own, are producing everything you call yourself, simply by following local rules and passing signals to their neighbors. So take your palm off the warm surface of the mound in front of you and look at it differently now. It is not a building, it is a decision made by 10,000 mud-carrying termites who never saw the whole shape they were creating. The ants crossing that gap and the bees choosing their new home were never following a leader either. And somewhere inside your own skull, the same kind of blind, leaderless process is happening right now, producing the thought you are having this very second. If none of the parts understand the whole, then who exactly is doing the understanding?